My whole world is right here in this little baby. And I would be lost without her.
A mother and her baby are lucky to be alive after she says they were almost shot while visiting a friend. What led up to that terrifying moment?
Also in the news this morning, Jim and Patty's Coffee. They've been a part of the Portland scene now for 50 plus years, but Patty says they may be forced to close their door because of financial problems. We're going to have more on how you can help Jim and Patty's coming up in just a bit.
And Fred Meyer and the union representing its workers headed back to the bargaining table today as day 2 of the workers' strike gets underway. Sunrise starts right now.
6 o'clock hour of the Sunrise Show. We have all those stories coming your way here in the next few minutes, but also weather is a big story this morning, and it's really what's coming in the next few days.
Today, day 1 of getting back to 90-degree weather. We really haven't had much heat since the first couple of days of the month.
I heard 3 weeks since our last 90-degree day. Maybe that's not accurate.
No, Joe looked at that, so I'm sure that's correct.
Okay.
I was going to count, and I'm like, Joe already counted. I got other
Joe
things.
Ranieri, good counter.
Yeah, Joe Ranieri. I'm like, I got other things to do. I went and got myself a cup of coffee. All right, we have clear skies at the beach this morning. Here's Cannon Beach, where it's probably going to hit 80 today as we get back into summer heat. Here's the Wells Fargo Tower showing the clear skies and the early pre-sunrise colors looking toward Mount Hood, where we will likely get up to at least 90. We're 56 right now, 75 at noon. A big afternoon warm-up expected to at least make it to 90, maybe 93. And as Drew mentioned, KGW weather impact alert for even hotter temperatures coming in tomorrow and Saturday on my 7-day forecast.
All right, Rod, thank you for that. Top story here at 6 o'clock for the second day in a row. Fred Meyer workers across the Portland area are on strike protesting what they describe are unfair labor practices.
This is all happening as union members and Fred Meyer head back to the bargaining table later today. Ashley Graham joins us from Southeast Portland. Ashley, what does it look like out there this morning?
Well, the strike just hit the 24-hour mark, and Fred Meyer employees are still out here off of Southeast Hawthorne, picketing this morning. Now, yesterday on day 1, we were in Northeast Portland. The strike is happening at 28 stores across the metro area, including Gresham and Scappoose. Now, the employees out here with signs are accusing Fred Meyer of unfair labor practices, and they say negotiations have stalled over wages and retirement funding. Local 555, the union, claims Fred Meyer sent out a robocall to union members, which talks about increasing employee pensions. The union says an official proposal on that issue just hasn't been offered.
Fred Meyer needs to follow the law. They need to come to the bargaining table and actually put proposals out, privately that they're putting out publicly.
Well, Fred Meyer says they're confident that these allegations of unfair labor practices are unfounded. They remain focused on reaching a deal with the union that both invests in employees and keeps grocery store prices affordable. The union and the grocer have agreed to return to the bargaining table today, but employees say if they don't reach a deal, they expect to be out here striking until Tuesday morning. Drew?
Hey, Ashley, before we let you go, we also know that workers at 10 New Season stores in the Portland area are also planning a one-day strike scheduled for this Sunday. So can we talk about whether these two are related? Because I don't believe they are.
Yeah, it's a good question, and if maybe you decide not to cross this union line, but you decide to go to another store and you run into another union line, it's important to know that these are actually unrelated. Both the grocery stores' parent companies are different, and the employees are represented by different unions, so they just happen to be going on at the same time. Drew?
All right, Ashley, thank you for that. Ashley Graham's reporting live for us this morning in Southeast Portland. Meanwhile, flight attendants for United Airlines have voted to authorize a strike as well, demanding better pay and schedule flexibility. But this doesn't mean that the flight attendants will actually go on strike, because there's a 30-day waiting period before these workers are permitted to walk off the job. United issued a statement saying they are continuing to work towards an agreement, including more negotiations this week.
One of Portland's oldest food cart chains is shutting down. Fuego has been operating throughout Portland for 30 years, but the co-owner says that they never really recovered from the pandemic. At one point, they had 10 carts serving burritos across the city to meet high demand. Now they're making the tough choice to close after seeing fewer people frequent downtown.
It's sad for our employees. Most of our employees were with us for over 10 years, some of them 15, 20 years. So it's sad for everybody.
Fuego's co-owner says that they would be open to hearing from potential buyers or investors.
Next up here on Sunrise, a live look at the Jim and Patty's coffee shop in Beaverton. Jim and Patty's have been a staple here in the Portland area for more than 50 years, but the company says it's in danger of closing down because of debt issues. On their GoFundMe page, the business says they've been accumulating debt since the pandemic. It's really been an especially tough couple of years for Jim and Patty's. Jim passed away last summer. Patty says she was primarily focused on caring for Jim before his death, and now she's trying to keep their remaining 2 stores open without him. So they do have a GoFundMe set up. They say they have a goal of raising $250,000, which wouldn't clear their debt, but they say it would slow down their cash drain and give them a chance to make operational changes.
New this morning, the north entrance road at Crater Lake National Park will temporarily reopen for Labor Day weekend. Now, the road originally closed to allow firefighters to fight the Middle Fork fire that began last month. The road will be open from 7 a.m. Saturday until 6 a.m. Tuesday.
Clark County is warning people to stay out of Lacamas Lake because of elevated levels of the toxin responsible for creating blue-green algae. Water samples taken on Monday showed the elevated levels, so people and pets should stay out of the lake, and that includes swimmers, water skiers, boaters, kayaking, canoeing, all of that. Fishing also not recommended at this point. A similar health advisory was issued for Lacamas Lake back in July, and only recently was that lifted, just last Thursday as a matter of fact. Since that time, the toxin levels have once again increased, making the lake unsafe. For the first time in over a century, the Klamath River is now flowing freely from southern Oregon to the coast of Northern California. Back on Tuesday, crews began removing the final temporary rock dams that were installed to hold water upstream while 2 concrete dams were demolished. Fall Chinook salmon can now access the entire river and its tributaries ahead of the fall spawning season. Tribes and environmental groups have spent decades pushing for dam removal to restore native salmon. This, by the way, has been the largest removal project of its kind in U.S. history.
A new Costco is opening up today in Ridgefield. The store's grand opening will happen later this morning at 8 o'clock. WashDOT is telling drivers around the Ridgefield area to expect 90-minute delays this holiday weekend, especially near exit 14 off I-5 in Ridgefield, where the new Costco will be. The city of Ridgefield says it's working with Costco and WashDOT to help minimize the traffic impact and has created a traffic management plan to help direct drivers.
Rod, are you a Costco guy?
Yes, but a traffic impact? That's, you know, they do charge you when you go in the store and buy anything. They're not giving this stuff away for free.
That is true. You know, I never shopped Costco until the twins were born. 17 years ago next Friday, by the way. And with that birth came 16 diapers a day. Oof. And we found Costco, where diapers were cheaper.
There you go. Isn't that crazy how people flock to something that's new?
Yeah.
You know, wow. All
New
right.
is cool, Rod. New and shiny.
Well, I'm old, and when I walk down the street, there's nobody around.
Old and dull, not as shiny.
True. All right, our headline here is a return to the hot weather. Today, 93. It's going to be 70s at noon. But we have issued a KGW weather impact alert to remind you that you may want to plan around the hot afternoons, both tomorrow and Saturday when we go 96, 97, and then we take the edge of the heat off, but still get up to 90 or 92, it looks like, on Sunday. So this heat wave we've been talking about, still a go, and it all starts this afternoon when we will, I think, likely hit 90 out of PDX. Here's, we're zoomed into the summit up over Mount Hood. I want to show you the temperature. So 24 hours ago, this was 37 degrees under clear skies. It's 53 this morning. And again, I talk about this sometimes. It's great to check when you're in a changing batch of air. It's great to see what the mountain is doing because it's a clear barometer where you get a true reading on what the air mass is. So this is an air mass that's 16 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. So it tells you that the warmer air is here, and once the sun gets going, we will see a dramatic warm up today. It's beautiful outside. That was Mount Hood from the Wells Fargo building downtown Portland. And it's comfortable right now. We do have 61 in Gresham and 61 in Troutdale. Probably a bit of an east wind picking up already out on the east side. Look at Estacade and Silverton. Yeah, definitely an east breeze already picking up on the east side. We're thinking the West Gorge will be 10 to 20 mile per hour east winds today. 90 or better from Portland down into Eugene. The hottest part of our state, by the way, it's 80s in central and eastern Oregon. Also 80s in Tillamook, Seaside, Astoria, Cannon Beach. Here's Portland, 93. The KGW weather impact alert, 96, 97. Still 92 on Sunday and still eyeing a shower threat. Otherwise, a partly sunny 83-degree Labor Day Monday, and that is your update.